I don't think it's going to make much difference. I think in terms of regulation, that a government's going to regulate, but individuals will still be able to decide what they want to do, and people that want to smoke will continue to smoke.
So you don't think it will cut smoking rates?
No, I don't think so.
I think it's fantastic. My father died of a smoking-related illness, and we can stop people smoking. Fantastic. It probably won't stop smokers already smoking, because I think they're hooked. But hopefully it'll stop people starting and choosing a brand that they think is fashionable.
The tobacco companies had argued in court that the Australian government's plain packaging measures would deprive them of copyright without proper compensation. Anti-smoking campaigners have said the judge's decision was a massive win for public health.
Well, Peter Nixon is the Vice President of Communications of the tobacco firm Philip Morris International. I asked him for his reaction to Australia's plain package ruling.
Plain packaging is a policy. The government, in bringing it in, has said they want to reduce smoking rates, but they haven't shown any evidence whatsoever that it will actually do that, will actually stop people smoking. But there are a number of concerns that it's going to increase the black market, which is a big issue in Australia and many other countries. Because if you make a big package look the same, it's a lot easier to copy, obviously. And also there's clearly a business implication in the brands and logos and the packaging. It's important from a competitive perspective because we don't own the whole market in Australia or in any market. And so to compete, packaging is important to compete for market share of existing adult smokers. So to go for a policy which there's no evidence this is going to work, what we believe is a flawed approach.
But it's been described as a massive win for public health.
It would be a win for public health if there's any evidence it's actually going to reduce smoking. And we don't believe it will. Even the government has described it as an experiment and hasn't shown that it's actually going to reduce smoking.
You wouldn't welcome anything that reduced smoking anyway, would you? Because you're trying to sell cigarettes.
Well, that's not true. I mean, we support a number of strict regulations. We support smoking restrictions, advertising restrictions. We understand that in many countries smoking is reducing, and that's a fact of life. And
would you like to see fewer cigarettes sold?
I think that's how many cigarettes are sold is going to be a fact of demand in the market, and that's the market will decide how many cigarettes are sold. I mean, our objective is to compete for whatever the size of the market is out there, and to compete for the adult smokers who choose to smoke, and that's what packaging is around, and that's what our activities are focused on.
So if only one cigarette a year is sold, you want to be the company that sells that cigarette?
Well, that's an interesting question. Well, depending on what the demand is, I think it's pretty. There are millions and millions of smokers out there at the moment, so we'll see what happens in the future. But I think even the WHO has said that they believe smoking rates around the world will continue to stay flat, if not increase, over the next few years. So I think going down to one cigarette, we're a long way off that.
Well, okay, I'm being a bit facetious, but the point is, if this has no impact on public health, it presumably doesn't have any impact on tobacco sales either. So why contest the case?
There is an impact on it increasing the black market, so the actual number of cigarettes smoked will probably stay the same. But we'll switch from the legal market to the illegal market. So for us, obviously, from a business perspective, that's a problem. And from the government, it's a problem as well. And also from a business perspective, it makes it much more difficult for us to compete against other tobacco companies for the people who choose to smoke. So there are a number of issues. But we believe a number of people who smoke are not going to go down because of this. But we believe that it's going to be a competitive issue as well as it's going to increase the black market. Those are our main concerns around the policy.
That's Peter Nixon from Philip Morris International. Time to talk EU now. I know this is a business programme, but we're not talking European monetary